Good morning. Today we're going to re-ink some pens that I've chosen for autumn. I've chosen inks for them. I'm going to show you the new covers I've put on my journals. I'm going to talk about my newest book, just a general reset of the desk, and a little surprise at the end that gave me a lot of fun. Okay, let's get on to it. So I decided I needed an energy reset, and one of the ways I do that is by changing a space, one of my spaces around me. I like to make lots of little spaces in my house. I really enjoy creating like little areas around the house with different themes. I've got a very wintry corner and kind of bare branches and things. My room where I do this, where my desk is, got this kind of murky mauvey paint on the wall. Okay, so this is my desk. There's a window there. Because I'll show you the paint, I'm not sure how accurate. Oh, that's pretty accurate for the colour in this light. It's been really dark the last couple of days, so you can see the colour of the paint there. It's kind of blends in with everything. It's pretty sort of darkish, which I quite like, but it's not a good backdrop for stuff. So what I did is I got this piece of polystyrene packaging, put it against the wall at the back of my desk. I did this little quick video while I was setting up the desk, and I found these little lights in Canada, the little light up peggy lights. So I was pinning them on the back of the board. Candles, I always have candles on my desk. I like incense, my plant guy, and my lighthouse that my sister sent me. But I think that white backdrop makes a real difference. I think it's a good improvement. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've chosen 3 pens that I'm going to use for the next month or so. It's late autumn here. My favourite time of year. I've chosen the Bennu matcha latte, and I decided I wanted a kind of forest theme. I went in the garden, just got some twigs and things. They're just like rose hips and a bit of that cedar for the smell. Gum nuts, just it's all like dried up stuff, but it doesn't matter. So the next pen I chose, this is a Franklin Christoph, and it's a model 45. This one was made by someone called Lucky Star, and it had a special matching ink. It's got a gold shininess to it. And I've shown you the Bennu matcha latte. Beautiful pen. It's a Euphoria model. And the final pen in my... I only chose 3 because I've still got 3 from last time that have got a little bit of ink in. This one, the Kaweco Student, that's nearly empty. The Kaweco Sport, I always have one of them on the go with a standard blue Kaweco cartridge because I just love these pens, and I've got a whole cup for them in all different colours. And the Bennu Talisman, I think that's the Samhain, the Halloweeny one, and that's pretty close to being emptied. So once they're finished, I'll probably choose another one in this kind of foresty theme, probably a white one, in the hope of frost and snow. So this pen here, this is the Twisby Draco, and it was a special edition that came out a few years ago. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how good the light is. There, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous pen. I'll just see if I can put a light. You can see these pens better. I don't know if that helps. It's been raining here for days on end, but the other night we had a thunderstorm and it was non-stop sheet lightning. We don't get fork lightning here, or very, very rarely. Over 2 hours. I stood filming it thinking, oh, it's going to go away, and I was probably filming it for nearly half an hour or not, but it just went on and on. It was absolutely crazy. So yeah, I'm trying to get that light better. I don't know if it's working. The inks I chose, I made a separate little bit of video about that, which I'll stick in here so you can see how I go about choosing my inks. You know how people do these amazing swatchy inky videos. That takes a lot. You've got to have all your stuff around, and then you've got to get the filming gear out and get the light right, and I've been battling with that for a few days anyway, the light thing. It's just difficult, and my brain is all over the place, and I just get sidetracked so easily. So mine's pretty gung-ho. Right, let's choose some ink. So we'll start off with the green pen. We've been looking at the green, so these are my ink swatch books. Let's have a look. I've got green ink, so I'm going through here. What did I choose? I've got Spring Green, which is that one. I've got Machu Picchu. I love that one. That's this one here. And I've got Old Gold Grün, which is a really well-known ink. So I'm going to put some inks on these pages. So we'll start off with, we'll do the diamine one. So we'll have Machu Picchu. I love this one because I used to be fascinated by the whole underworld thing about Machu Picchu. Squirt all the ink out. I made my desk kind of foresty, so I wanted pens that kind of looked like quite foresty. Okay, that'll do for that one. That's Machu Picchu. And now we've got spring green. Fun, fun, fun. Weeping like a willow. Fun, fun, fun. Tears on the pillow. It doesn't matter if you can't read it. It's just about mark making. So that's spring green. That one was Machu Picchu. We'll just blob that around as well. Oh, look at that. I want to mix them up. But we've got to let it puddle because that's the fun bit as well. What else have I got here? I have got... Oh my goodness, I love this ink. Ferris Wheel Press Brilliant Beanstalk. I'll do a little bit up here. And they also look really different when you're riding with them in a pen than they do when you're spreading them out in a swatch. So, while looking at these, I think Machu Picchu is a brilliant... Look at that. I think that makes a really cool match. The light's really bad. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it's a very, very wet day today. So this is Old Goldgren. I'll put it next to Machu Picchu because those are the two that I'm really stuck between. Now the Lucky Star pen, that came with its own ink. That was a special Colourverse edition, so I'll be using that in the... And then the red one, I chose Lamy Beryl, Diamine Burgundy Rose, and Diamine Syrah. So Burgundy Rose is this one here. That's more... And Syrah is more as a brownier ink. And they're pretty close. And then Lamy Beryl is completely different. And there's Lamy Beryl. That's pretty... I'm actually quite tempted by Lamy Beryl. I might give it a little tiny go on the corner of this green page because I want these pages to dry. It's good if the inks look good together. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, this is looking good to me. I love writing with different things. So this is Burgundy Rose. It's going to be a lot browner, I think. Well, it is. It's more of a... I guess this looks more foresty than Lamy Beryl, so it looks more like the maple leaves that I can see out of my window right now. And just to make it interesting, we're going to try Syrah. It is very, very close to Burgundy Rose. I might use this because it's got the maple leaf and it's got a cross. Yep, I'm going to use that. So, okay, so we're using Diamine Syrah. I'll put them in the pen and then I shall be back. An old outdated Hobonichis, but I use this one for all kinds of stuff. It's like a commonplace book. I've shown you these before. I have the index. I use the front squares as an index, and this one's got quite a few different inks in it. I did some of my Inkvent calendars in there. But I use it for testing out inks, especially because I like to test them as well on the Hobonichis paper, the Tomoe River. So these are the ones I was doing yesterday. Now the one in the Matcha Latte is this ink here, which is Rohrer and Klinger Alt Goldgren, and it's just such a perfect match. I don't know if you can see how good that is, but I think that's an amazing match. And then the TWSBI Draco, I couldn't go over the page because the page was pulled with ink yesterday. The TWSBI Draco has got this one in it, in that corner, and that is Diamine Syrah. It's a really cool match. I had a couple of others. I had Lamy Beryl, which is this one, and then I had Diamine, one called Burgundy Rose, and they're pretty close, but I like the Syrah. I like the Syrah the best. It had a little bit more depth, and although I almost chose the Beryl, the Syrah really looks like the maple leaves that are out in the garden at the moment. The Japanese maple, there's such a, like that kind of amazing, stunning red. So I decided to recover the journals I'm using. So for my cousin, I decided I was going to have the forest theme. And this colour here, the plain cover, I think it's called Winter Pine. I'll double check and put a little thing on. This is a cover on cover, so that's just clear. So this is a plain Hobonichi cover. And it's just a very, very dark green. I don't know if you can see. Oh, hang on. Come back, Harlow. I didn't get it. Oh, well done. Slight interlude there. My grandson came in and he wanted me to do some finger painting with him. So we've been having fun in the Very Hungry Caterpillar finger painting book. We did rainbows, we did plums, we did flowers, we did apples. Great fun. Thank you, baby. So we're talking about the Hobonichi covers. This is a dark, plain dark green colour underneath the cover on cover. So, and it's got this nice minty green lining. But this one's really cool. This one's called The Beautiful Season. You can see that. And I really like it because you see the wording up there. It's got this really cute little Moomin type person on the back, which I love. And I just love the colouring. And I've got this, I love this pencil board. This came out a couple of years ago, I think, and I just really, really like it. I'll put the name of these things when I find them on the exact names, but I just like the wintry feel to it and how well it goes with the cover. So that's the pencil board. The Moomins came out this year. I do have a Moomin cover for the big Hobonichi, but I wanted to keep them different. And I really been dying to use that dark green one. So I've got the Moomin cover on my little one. Oh, and it's adorable. I really love it. It's just got that dark blue and the back's quite plain. But this cover, it's got a cover on it as well. So I've got my mental health journal in here. And it's got a little Moomin illustration on the inside cover. But I love the Moomins and all Agent. Their work is gorgeous. It's very winter foresty, isn't it? And I just think the coziness and that, I think they go together really well. And the colour theme. And this one has got a Moomin pencil board. I only did this one in that size, but that again, that's pretty cool. I've got all my old Moomin books. So I'm pretty happy with this journal setup. The only thing I'm not fond of about this cover, not the cover on, this is just a clear cover on cover, but the Moomin cover is it has these really delicate, hang on, I'll show you. I've got to show you the line anyway, so I'll take the book out. It's got these very delicate white silky tassels and a cord. Now, that's just no good for me. I use inks and pens, and okay, they're going to get multi-dyed. In fact, I've considered tie-dyeing them, space dyeing them with ink in advance, although I need to find something permanent so it doesn't leak off over everything, because I know they're just going to get filthy. So I'm not using them. I'll tuck them in the back here, out of the way, so I don't get them all mucky. But I am going to think about dyeing them. And look at the inside of the cover. It's got like the comets. It's obviously from their comic book. Right, so I've got to put this back in now. There's a trick to it. I did have some Moomin blotting paper, which I got from the Hobonichi store, but that has gone AWOL. And there we go. Done. Bookmarks hidden and safety out of my grubby paws way. These are my journal covers for the energy reset. It's just cool, eh? Is it cool to kind of just change things up and change things around and changing my room, changing it up is one of the best things I can do to change my energy. But I was thinking about, because I'd been reading my Pooh and Piglet book that I got when I was away, the Tao of Pooh and a Day of Piglet. I decided I needed a Tigger reset from Eeyore to Tigger energy. So that's what I've been working on. And the first thing I decided to do was to change the desk up. And then you want to go and sit at it. And as I said, I'm really pleased with that white wallet. So what else is new? So they've done the pens and the inks and the journal, the Hobonichis covers. Look at this beauty. This is Patti Smith's new memoir, Bread of Angels. I love Patti Smith, as you know, and this book came out, I think, about a month ago. I got my hard copy anyway, and I haven't started it yet, really. I've just read a bit of the introduction because I'm rereading, I think, M Train at the moment. The last one before this was Year of the Monkey, but this is just, oh, and it just the feel of it, it's like letterpress, but what an amazing, what a beautiful book. So I'm really excited to read this. It's kind of one of those books you kind of save as a special treat. You know, like the last one in a series. I still haven't read the last book in the Ruth Galloway, Ellie Griffiths series because I don't want it to end. I just don't want it to end. I've got it, but I've got all the Ellie Griffiths, Ruth Galloway books in hard copy format because I just adore them so much. And they've got so much in them. I always want to underline bits and put bookmarkers in and book tabs in, I just have to do that. So that's that. And another, I was talking about Ellie Griffiths. I was picking up my grandchild from kinder the other day, and they have like a freebie area. And look what I found. This is Ellie Griffiths' young adult series about a girl called Justice. And she's brilliant. I really love her. I read a short story about the grown-up Justice in The Man in Black that I was talking about in my last video, the collection of short stories that Ellie produced. And a girl called Justice, it's a boarding school, and it's just, I love it. I'm loving it. The grown-up version was cool. It was showing her as a grown-up, as a kind of detective sleuth. And I've only just started it, but it's got a really good vibe to it. I really like that. I don't know when Ellie Griffiths wrote these, but it's a nice book. It's really cool getting something free like that. It's something amazing that especially something you really want. That's crazy. And because we're in New Zealand, these books, you don't often see a lot of English books here. 2019 that came out. Really happy to be reading that as well. Now, the last thing that I wanted to show you is when I was resetting my desk, I thought I'd make a video, and there'll be a bit of it in here, when I was kind of setting the back bit up, the board, and putting these lights up and things. I decided to record it, but I couldn't find a tripod anywhere, and my phone was dead. I got my little pocket camera out. That has a magnet attachment, but I couldn't find anything to fix the magnet to. My desk tripod holder is not magnetic. And then I found what you're going to see in the next video. In this video, I'm going to share something I just discovered that I think is so freaking cool. I was going to film my desk, my phone was dead, and I wanted to find something to stand my Pocket 3 on. It wasn't tall enough. I looked around, and from a video I made the other day, I found this amazing can of baked beans. So we have the camera, the DJI Pocket 3, we have the can of baked beans, and we have this magnet cage. Ulanzi and Newer and all of those people make them. I think this one's made by someone called Amazir or something. So that fits on the Pocket 3 like that and clips together there. And then you have this magnet attachment. That's got a little release clip. You can pull it back. Now here we go for the magic. Ta-da! Check it out. A tripod. You can use it that way, or you can use it that way. Discovered totally by accident. I think it is so cool. There we go. The baked bean tripod. Woohoo! So I invented the BeanPod. I think I invented it. I've never seen another one. There might well be hundreds. So there's a nice little close-up of the pens. And the book cover and one of my hagstones. And while we're here, we'll get the Moomins in all their cuteness. Adorable. And the speed ray plant. Oh, there's my little Hobonichi robot guy.